so welcome back to Of Land and Leaf. My name is Andrea and I grow in a community garden plot about 15 minutes away from my home, and this is my May 1st garden tour. Come into the garden, you'll see my first bed here. It's a very eclectic bed. I have lettuce, there's a pepper and some radish growing over here. Early scarlet radish that I just put in maybe 3 or 4 days ago. I have some beans that are basically just here for nitrogen. I didn't have much luck with the beans in this bed, but that's okay. And then some peas that are growing against my free trellises that I got off Facebook Marketplace. Oh, and then there's also a couple of jalapeno peppers in here. This is a jalapeno pepper and this is a jalapeno pepper in this bed. And let's not forget, I have carrots in here that I have no idea when to harvest because I don't even remember putting carrots in this bed. But I'm going to take a little peek and see if I can tell what's happening with the carrots. Let's see. Doesn't look quite ready. Still really thin, but it's also right next to another carrot. I don't know. Part of me wants it just to dig it up and see. I don't know. We'll see. I may come back and get it. Because like I said, I don't remember planting it. No idea how long it's been in here. Let's look on this side. Yeah, I might get these today. They're small. Not huge by any means. But they're orange, and the roly-polies are surrounding them, so I might go ahead and pull them. We'll see. I bought this little, remember this? To deter rodents and animals. This was sitting over in the bed where the moles snatched my watermelon. So I'm not pleased with this purchase right about now. We'll see. We'll see if it earns its keep. I think I paid $25 a piece and I bought 2. And then over here in this bed are my strawberries and garlic. Garlic was given to me. Strawberries I bought off Facebook Marketplace. I bought 10 for 10 and one of them didn't make it, so I have 9 pieces of strawberry in this bed. I also have some walking onions. We'll see how they do. I was taking a look at the garlic because I like to kind of just look down here, and it's looking good. Don't let it stay, but can you see it? It's looking really good. So that's the garlic. And then over here, I'm trying my hardest to grow this loofah. I grew one, put it in this bed, something ate it. So then I had one more left and I put it in this bed and something has been eating on it. I covered it up with the wastebasket, but this is more of a bug problem than like a rodent problem. And I don't see anything, but it's been severely eaten down. It looked so much better than this when I put it in here. So we'll see if it comes back. I'll keep covering it with DE to see if that helps. There's the first one. I just left it in here. But yeah, may not get loofah this year. I'll come back and cover that. And then over here, this is grow bag. Little aisle center here. So here are calendula. That's a calendula and that's a calendula. They're wanting to bloom already. And I'm just gonna let them. I'm not gonna interfere. I have Thai basil that I purchased from plant sale. Bunch of onions. This is last year onion that I let over winter, and I just wanted to see what would happen if I do that. Here's some lettuce, royal lettuce that I got from Baker Creek, and it's doing really well. I did not think it was gonna last. If you look at my past video when I put this out, it was looking really sad, but it bounced back really well. More onions, more really beautiful lettuce that I'm growing. Over here I have cucumber. I might go ahead and uncover this. I see a bug on it, so I'm gonna get that bug. Actually, I wanna go ahead and get it now while I'm thinking about it. Don't look if you're squeamish. Okay, to go. Here's my cucumber plant. Got 2 of those in there. I'm gonna transfer my trellis over here. I had it on this side, but something ate the cucumber that was over here. So this one I covered. I'm gonna put some DE on it and check for more bugs, and then go ahead and start trellising that. Then over here, I have okra growing in this bed, which I've been keeping it covered with netting because something was chewing up my okra last year, but this one seems to be doing fine. I have 2 different kind of okras, and I don't remember which one is which. Someone gave me the okra seeds. So there's okra in here, okra in there, and there is an okra over here. And also I just went in and put in a bunch of radish the other day. So there's radish. I got corn growing in grow bags. It's my little Meyer lemon that I'm going to try to trim up a little bit. I left this out last year and I thought it died, but then it started growing back green. So I'm gonna see what it does this year. I thought it was gone, but it's not. I said this is lettuce, and there's a blackberry in here as well that I just wanted to see if it would grow. So I just put it over here. So this is that area. Really proud of this part of the garden. I'll show you what else I got. So over here, this is the first calendula that I put in the ground, and you see how big and pretty that one is compared to the other ones. I started those in pots, and they just didn't do as well as the ones in the ground. I was thinking this was a watermelon up until today when I looked at it and realized that this is zinnia, volunteer zinnia from last year. And here are my 2 marshmallows that I grew from seed in jugs. We'll probably move this one because it's getting shaded out. This one is so much bigger because it's still getting sun, but my comfrey is shading that one out. And I think there's another zinnia or 2 over here also. So that's that. And then over here are some watermelon that I need to plant, but I'm going to show you that in another video. And mint that I bought off Facebook Marketplace, and a tomato plant. I said I was not growing tomatoes this year, and these I've got volunteers that popped up all over. So I'm selling some, and I'll keep a couple more. And here are sweet potatoes that I started from slips. I got to get some more soil in here. I just planted the slips the other day, just hoping that they perk up and catch on. They've been in water, and I just planted them out in the soil so that I can get sweet potato probably in about 4 months. And then over here, we have 2 different kind of beans. We have a royal bush. The other is a wax bean. I can't remember the name of it, but it's getting ready to give me some beans. You see those? They look really good. I want to get the beans and then get this out of here because I did have bean beetles last year. So I don't really want to deal with those this year, but I do want to see what kind of beans I can get just to start off with. And that's the same over here. Beans growing, more beans. This is cauliflower. It's here. We'll see how it does, but that's what that is. There's more cauliflower I forgot to show you. I'll have to show you in a minute. This is a volunteer flower that was in a flower basket that I bought last year, and it just seeded all over the garden. I was pulling them up thinking they were weeds, and then I started kind of letting it grow. Then I did a Google identify, and this is a flower that I'm gonna leave. Here's my corn. So proud of this corn because, hey bee, please don't sting me. Okay. So proud of this corn because I got it out super early. I got this corn out in March, and I was given all kind of warnings about this corn. It's too soon, it's too early, it's too small of a space, you don't have enough room. But I went ahead and planted it anyway because, you know, my motto is either I will succeed or I'll learn. So right now we're succeeding, but we'll wait and see how the cobs are, you know, how the cobs do. And a little spinach plant that I put over here in the tower just to see how that will work. There's a bee who does not like me here, so I'm gonna move in a second. But oh, and then I just put these random beans in because these corn seeds did not germinate. So I was like, okay, well, I'll just put some nitrogen in here because, like I said, I want to get the beans in and out. So I put them everywhere that I could until it was time to take them out. And then over here, got a bunch of things as well. We have stevia. That's what this is, stevia. My first time growing that. We'll see how that does. Got my nasturtium over here, edible, pretty nasturtium that I'm hoping to use as a trap crop, but I'm also hoping to eat. Then I've got a bunch of sweet gram bell peppers in here, and then zucchini over here. I'm expecting this zucchini to be bigger, but this is a new bed. The soil probably isn't super great yet, even though I amended it. But last year that zucchini it got bigger faster. So we'll just see how this one does in this bed. I'm also growing blackberry. So you remember this blackberry bush. Now everyone else's blackberry bush has flowers. Pretty much everyone's has flowers. Mine does not, but that's okay because mine got leaves late, and I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to pull this up because I don't have leaves. But I'm just gonna let her do what she does on her own pace, at her own pace, on her own time. Here are some leftover garlic. I believe this is garlic from last year. I didn't plant this year. It just stayed in the ground and came back up. So yeah, isn't that garlic? Yeah, that's garlic. Looks different than my onion. So I'll be excited to pull that up. I'm seeing some weeds down here. I'll get to those weeds before we do our weed walk because I've been trying to keep the garden really clean. I want to show you in this bed is I started these little DIY worm bins. Haven't seen a whole lot of worms, but definitely seen roly-polies. And this is just a bin that I filled with some organic matter, some vegetable scraps. I brought some more out today, some leaves, hoping to just keep the soil loose. And if I can attract some worms that might want to give me some worm castings, I'll take that as well. And over here is my bed that the vole or mole or something grabbed the watermelon out of. We just won't spend too much time over there. There's my little critter guard that's not working. And then here's more garlic that was just left in the ground and came up. And what I think this one was one garlic that didn't get pulled, and so it split. And it started, you know, it just gave off. Each clove just grew another garlic. I think is what happened there. But I'm really excited because I feel like these are going to be huge. Again, sometimes I like to just dig down in here and take a peek. And as we do that, this one is deep down in here too. I can't even get to the bottom of that, so I don't want to disturb it too much. But waiting for these so that I can have some garlic. My garlic last year lasted me almost a year. So excited about that. And this way. So more onions, bunch of onions this year. These are not going to be as large as the ones that are in ground, but they are starting to get some size. These actually went into the raised beds before the ones that went directly into the ground, and they're smaller. But again, I just think that the soil didn't quite get as rich as it needed to be to really, you know, onions are heavy feeders, and I don't think that I gave it enough to work with before planting them. But that's okay. I'll get smaller onion bulbs, but I'll get onion bulbs. And then over here I have beets, rosemary, thyme. There's thyme. It's chamomile that I grew from seed. I'm going to take you over so you can look at the chamomile in a second. But tons of beets. And so this is another one of those eclectic beds that I'm really proud of. Here I have some yarrow that didn't look like it was doing too well when I put it in. But as it's starting to grow out more on its own, it looks really good. So I'm excited about the yarrow because I do want to use that medicinally. So I wanted to make sure I had herbs in the garden this year, which I have not done in the past. Got a late start on some broccoli that I threw in the jugs, and I'm just trying to see if I can get a couple heads of broccoli before it gets too hot. We'll see. I'll monitor it. And then my carrots. This is a bueno mulatto pepper and a calendula. Another broccoli. Some more broccoli in here. And then the volunteer tomato. So let me take you to the front of this bed. So this is 2-year-old onion. The bunching onion, I think it's called bunching onion, that I just left in, just little scraps. We used the onion at home, and then I brought the little small white piece out and left it in here, and I've been harvesting off of it for 2 years now. And I just started to go ahead and start harvesting this. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out, but I'm gonna make some green onion powder out of this. And this is the pepper that I bought from the plant sale. It is shishito pepper. I've been hearing a lot about it, so we'll see what I get from there. I think you're supposed to clip off the first couple peppers that come in. Don't know if I have the heart to do so, but that's what I'm supposed to do. And then these carrots, the date is gone, so I can't remember exactly when I put them in, but I think they have a little while longer to go before they're ready. I might get the other carrots from the other bed today. And then we have the bueno mulatto peppers. I put 3 in here. 1, 2, 3. We'll see how those do. And then in between here, you remember when I put in that yarrow? And it was looking really sad. I just left it in here because one of the other gardeners told me to just leave it in here, just keep it watered, let it come back on its own. And it does look better. The pieces that are coming in now look fuller, right? So I really do want to be able to use this medicinally. So we're gonna just let that do its thing. Even though I'm thinking about moving that marshmallow over here, we'll see. And then these are beets and rosemary, thyme. I'm hoping this thyme takes over. A lot of people have thyme just growing wild in their gardens here. It's chamomile that I started from seed. I'm not sure what happened with this one right here. She is maybe because this is blocking it, she's like reaching for sun, maybe, I don't know. But I did put a couple pieces of chamomile, and there are other places in the garden also. Beets, onions, chocolate mint. This can come out. Chocolate mint that I got off Facebook Marketplace. And I don't know what this is. I did plant it, but I didn't label it. So if you know what this is, tell me, and then I'll know if I need to move it or what I need to do with it, because I don't know. But for now, it's right there. And then these are the red onions that you loved last year that are in ground. I'm concerned because they are getting these scapes that they're not supposed to get until year 2. And that means that the bulb isn't going to fully form. I'll still be able to eat the onion, but I won't get the big round onion that I like. So I don't like to see that, and I see it on a few of them. But I have plenty of onions, so no complaints. And then here's a volunteer tomato that I'm letting live, even though I said I wasn't going to grow tomatoes this year. And then under here is spinach and garlic, 2 different kinds of spinach in here. And then Zulu peppers. And a couple different peppers, a few different peppers going this year. Zulu pepper. It's a volunteer blackberry that I haven't decided if I'm going to pull or not. And over here should be, if I can, you know, practice patience, this should be turmeric. I planted turmeric right here, just from a few pieces of turmeric. So that's what should be over here. Look at this. Tomatoes have a will that should be studied, because I did not plant any of these tomatoes. But here they are. And then just one more thing to show you, and that is on the other side. I should have shown you when I was over there. We'll go back over here. And this is a late bed, just with some cauliflower. I did plant beets down the middle here. I need to label that so that I can remember. And I have garlic right here in the front. First year ever trying to plant garlic. So we'll see how the garlic goes. So we have garlic, beets, cauliflower. Don't even remember what this little small stuff is. I have no idea, but it was in the jug and I just took it out the jug and stuck it in here. I'm also gonna put some radishes in here because I want to stagger the radish and make sure that I have some. So I wanted to show you something. I don't know if you remember, but I had a red onion that I forgot to pull last year. I found it later in the winter time and said, well, I'm just gonna transplant it and see what happens. I put it in a grow bag and just let it stay in the grow bag. And I showed you that it split into 5 different pieces. Well, I just wanted to see what would happen, and I pulled one. Now I pulled the top off. That was an accident. Then I have to go back in with a shovel. But look, I have a fully developed onion. It's not huge, it's not big, but I have an onion. And everyone always told me that you cannot grow onion from an onion, like you cannot regrow an onion. But my onion split into 5 fully developed onions. So now that I know I can do this, I'm gonna let this dry. I scraped it a little bit with the hand shovel, but I'm gonna let this dry and I'm gonna cut into it. And if I've now found out that I can grow onion from onion, multiple onions from one onion, that's a game changer for me. And this is why I say break the rules, because people always tell you what you can't do. Instead, they should say, I've not learned how to do this, or I don't know how to do this, instead of saying you can't, because I definitely have some onion. Here it is here. So this was just the one onion. It split. And because it is seeding, I know that the bulb is not going to do any more, which is why I wanted to go ahead and pull it up. But yeah, I grabbed this one out of the soil, and the rest of them are still in here and seem to be doing fine. So try it. Try whatever they're telling you you can't do. Here's the top of it. So I just pulled it from here instead of going in and digging it out. The rest of them, I'm gonna see if they bulb up. And here's my little baby carrot, my first ever carrot that I've ever grown. It's tiny, but she's mine and I'm proud of her and I love her. I'm gonna eat her. That is the end of my May garden tour. See you next time. Happy gardening.